Hello friends, welcome to the King YouTube channel. When it comes to celebrities, people are always curious about their lives. Meghan Markle, for instance, drew a lot of attention during her pregnancies, though not always for the reasons you might expect. Wondering about her kids? Let me explain. Meghan was quite open about her pregnancies and the public's interest in them. Despite being a professional ballet dancer, she continued teaching ballet throughout her pregnancies. She even managed to perform an impressive 1,000 plies despite the challenges of carrying a baby. She pointed out how physically demanding it is to do ballet moves with a growing baby bump. I firmly believe Meghan Markle wasn't really pregnant. I remember seeing Meghan squatting in high heels during her last trimester, which seemed impossible. She was also recovering from bunion surgery, which takes months to heal. Intrigued by Meghan's journey, I became convinced she was using a surrogate. There was no doubt in my mind. It was clear to me they used someone else to carry the baby. In summary, Meghan's pregnancy seems like a farce involving sex, drugs, and behaviors that aren't appropriate for a wife. Harry has become attached to his spouse and seems to enjoy causing harm to others. His behavior alters others' feelings just for his own pleasure. It seems like the young people are gradually introduced to the world around them, starting with a small part of it. Her family has rejected her, and her ex-husband has left her, so she pretends to be pregnant again. Just getting pregnant is a terrible experience when it comes to Harry's pursuit. Because he is wealthy and well-known, she wins after telling him she's pregnant before their wedding, which will take place. One way to link people together is to do so. Harry was also influenced by this expression as well as the rest of his family. This is a significant challenge for him. She has a relationship with a perfect spouse who is not very smart, depends on others, lies, cheats, steals, and makes up issues. They complement each other perfectly. There are claims that the children might have been adopted, or perhaps they don't even exist. What's your take on this? Personally, I remember the moment that first made me question that pregnancy. Not long ago, I watched a YouTube video when Meghan was supposed to be pregnant with Archie. She visited places with elderly people and their pet dogs. She must have been at least 7 months pregnant. Despite wearing very high heels, she squatted down with her legs together to pet a dog. Then she stood up unassisted, but as she did, there was a loud popping noise as if something from under her dress had shifted. That's when I started to suspect she might be faking the pregnancy. It's intriguing how these doubts linger, isn't it? Some sources lean towards adoption as a possibility, while others suggest the children might not be real. Personally, I find myself more inclined towards the notion that something doesn't quite add up with the pregnancy story. The incident with Meghan and the popping noise just seemed too unusual to ignore. What do you think? Besides, it's widely understood that if there are children involved, even if they're kept secret, the royal family is likely aware. However, the secrecy surrounding them doesn't change much. With Harry and his family marginalized, they seem insignificant. There's probably a DNA contingency plan in place as well. We can only rely on what we've observed. Regarding Meghan's supposed pregnancy, there were inconsistencies with her baby bump appearing to inflate and deflate her ability to squat and her continued wearing of high heels. In trying to deceive us, Meghan and Harry may have inadvertently revealed discrepancies, such as the birth announcement lacking signatures, unlike other royal birth announcements. This compilation of evidence strongly suggests Meghan wasn't pregnant to begin with. For example, around 90% of pregnant women typically develop a noticeable glow on their face, which Meghan did not exhibit. It seems she didn't have one. Second, squatting in high heels is nearly impossible without tipping over. Even if I crossed my legs and leaned forward, I'd be sitting on my backside. If someone had asked me to stand up from that position, I think I would have fallen face first. Third, why the need to clutch her belly? Was it because she knew it could shift, drop, or even leak? Fourth, her bumps don't appear big and high in the morning, then shrink to almost nothing by the afternoon. Fifth, babies typically move, kick, and wiggle their arms, but like adults, it only lasts for a few minutes. Hers seemed to change shape rapidly from round to flat at times. In one photo I saw, her bump looked like a triangle, as mentioned in a comment. No baby paraphernalia was seen in their car or being unloaded from the plane or loaded back onto it. Seventh, seeing Harry push an empty pram must have been painful for them. Eighth, as previously mentioned, there were no royal doctors, no photos of afterbirth, and barely any photos at all, except perhaps a few showing the back of some child's head. Ninth, her breasts never appeared as though she was pregnant. She rarely wore maternity clothes, usually opting for tight-fitting outfits. Finally, as noted by a commentator, she wore flimsy blouses without breast pads, which are crucial for preventing embarrassing leaks. Even the thinnest breast pad creates a noticeable shape in a bra, indicating leakage. Therefore, based on my own opinion and experience, I can honestly say she was not pregnant with their invisible children. When it comes to Meghan Markle, her outward appearance often conceals a much darker reality. Many have scrutinized her actions, and it's difficult not to be appalled by the blatant deception and callousness she has shown. The pregnancy that once captivated the world now appears to be an elaborate deception orchestrated by a woman determined to preserve her public image at any cost. What's even more shocking is her readiness to exploit her children as mere tools in her relentless pursuit of attention and sympathy. Her manipulative actions, such as squatting in stilettos during her supposed third trimester, defy logic and decency. This betrayal extends not only to those who trusted her, but also strikes at the heart of motherhood itself. Meghan Markle's conduct reveals a troubling pattern of deceit and self-serving behavior. Her actions mock genuine parenthood and pregnancy, portraying a flagrant disregard for truth. It's time to see past the facade and acknowledge the extent of her manipulation. While doubts may linger about various aspects, there is a clear pattern of dishonesty from Meghan and Harry concerning their children. The question remains why. Their established reputation as dishonest individuals adds weight to these concerns. Harry's wife concocted the entire charade to garner attention and keep the world intrigued by her supposed pregnancy, secretive birth, and claims of victimization. Her complaints about imagined racism regarding a fictitious child from an imaginary pregnancy suggest she wouldn't tolerate a child stealing her spotlight. Any woman who has been pregnant and given birth can see through Harry and his wife's false claims. Many people are questioning how fictional children can be in the line of succession, a situation created by Harry's lies to protect Meghan. If Archie doesn't exist or was born via a surrogate, which seems more likely, he will have to be removed from the succession. As for Lilibet, the truth needs to be told. It's a challenging situation for the palace because Queen Elizabeth trusted Harry deeply and couldn't fathom him lying about his children. However, Meghan is willing to push boundaries few others would dare. Archie and Lilibet are likely to be removed from the line of succession sooner rather than later. When this happens, Harry and Meghan will face serious consequences for their deception. They were the ones who lied, not the royal family or the palace. The palace chose to believe Harry's word, which now threatens to tarnish his reputation irreparably. Why do you think there are rumors that Meghan, who reportedly struggled with a basic test about Great Britain to become a citizen, plans to homeschool Archie? Why would he not attend a regular school next year? These questions highlight the ongoing scrutiny and skepticism surrounding Harry and Meghan's choices and actions. She fabricated stories about the fictional child's development, including unrealistic claims like a 4 or 5-month-old saying words like Granny Diana or crocodile as their first words. The Lilibet scheme was likely an attempt to win favor with the Queen, who reportedly did not approve of the ploy. The couple claimed they were moving on, yet no one attended their highly publicized birthday party at Frogmore. No cast or crew members have ever seen Harry and Meghan's alleged children on flights to or from England. These supposed children cannot be enrolled in school as they lack birth certificates, immunization records, and passports. The Montecito house where Harry and Meghan were renting has been sold, and they moved out in October 2023. Meghan now lives in a bungalow near William Morris Endeavour, while Harry resides in a hotel with no sign of any children. It's absurd to think toddlers would be fed milkshakes from In-N-Out for breakfast on their way to a non-existent school. Considering Harry and his wife's track record of dishonesty, it's worth questioning whether Meghan might have faked her pregnancy by stuffing her pants. It sounds far-fetched, but looking at their rare photos of the children over the years, it's noticeable they haven't grown. They seem to remain toddlers forever. That concludes today's discussion. Thank you for watching. We're eager to hear your thoughts on these matters. Please share your opinion in the comments below. Wishing you continued joy and happiness. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the King YouTube channel. Goodbye, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.